The parliamentary fiasco between Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan and the President of the Senate, Godswill Akpabio, has taken another dramatic turn. Senator Akpoti-Uduaghan has decided to table her issue of sexual harassment and suspension before the international community. Speaking at the Women in Parliament session during the Inter-Parliamentary Union IPU meeting, the Kogi Central Senator stated that her suspension was politically motivated and meant to silence her. Responding, the president of the IPU, Tulia Akson, assured her that the union will follow due process by hearing both sides before taking a position. Let's hear from Natasha and Akson.
I come with a heavy heart from Nigeria, but first I'd like to apologize to Honorable Kafila Ogbara. I am not here to bring shame to our country. I'm here to seek help for the women of Nigeria. Again, my name is Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan. 5 days ago, on the 6th of March 2025, I was suspended. As a senator, I was suspended illegally because I submitted a petition of sexual harassment against the President of the Nigerian Senate, Senator Godswill Akpabio. I thought that by submitting the petition, he would recuse himself, and both of us will submit ourselves to the Committee on Ethics, Privileges and Public Petition for a fair and transparent investigation. But unfortunately, I was silenced and I was suspended. I was suspended for 6 months, amongst many other stringent conditions, such as taking away my security, taking away all the officials' vehicles and other items that were handed over to me as a senator. My salaries will be cut off. I must not appear anywhere near the National Assembly. And for 6 months, I'm not to introduce myself or present myself as a senator locally in Nigeria or internationally. That means I'm here illegally. But I had no other place to go but to come here and speak to you women. Because this is a bigger picture.
Okay, Biko. Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan, you know,
we should also listen to the other.
Okay, let's listen to the other part of it. Okay, all right, then we'll get to hear that part. But Biko, Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan, you know, dragging the Nigerian Senate, you know, to the IP. First of all, what do you make of her action? Right or wrong?
Okay, to go...
Yes, to the IPU.
I think that...
Okay, Biko, just hold that thought, okay? Akson, okay, is right now. Let's listen to Akson here.
During the first session, which we had this morning, the matter that was raised by our colleague from Nigeria, Senator Natasha, and because all of us heard what she said, and it only serves us better if I put a word in what she has said. So I would like to say we have heard her concerns, and having heard her, it would have been an opportunity for all of us to understand more about what she has said. But because we listened only on her side, as an institution, as IPU, we will be taking the concerns that have been raised, not only taking her side, but also giving a chance to listen to the other side, as it is a custom for IPU. And after having listened to the other side, we will take steps as necessary. So I thought it was necessary for us to say a word about it and then be able to take it further, because she said something different from what the contributions were. So we have taken care of, we have taken the concerns that she raised, and we will be working on them, of course, having listened to the other side, and we will be able to take steps after that. I also recognize the fact that our Nigerian delegate who is here had requested the floor, Honorable Kafilat, but because of time, she wasn't given a chance to speak. But, like I said, we have heard the concerns that have been raised by Senator Natasha, but at the same time, we have taken cognizance of the fact that you would have wished to address us, but time wasn't enough to give you a chance to do that. And that said, IPU will be taking this matter as we usually do when such concerns are raised in meetings like this. So I thought members shouldn't go back home and feel like, yeah, Senator Natasha raised an...
Okay, BK, what do you make of her action, right or wrong?
Well, I believe that this problem is better solved within the borders of Nigeria. Externalizing this issue is a disgrace. This matter is better treated here. And I want to see Senator Natasha go to court. Whatever they are doing to her in the National Assembly, go to court. People have gone to court after being suspended, and the suspensions were reversed. They don't have to go abroad to go and complain. We have mechanism by which we can deal with these issues within our country. It's not until we go to Saudi Arabia, or we go to UAE, or we go to America before we can solve problems. We are Nigerians, and we can find solutions to our problems right here in Nigeria. So I do not subscribe to going abroad. Already our image is bad. Going abroad to worsen things for us, because Nigeria has been painted in a bad light, whether we like it or not. It's not simply about Akpabio. We've been presented as people who are misogynist, who do not really want women's progress. And that's the way we've been presented. And she was apologizing to Kafila because Kafila's time that she took. If somebody took her own time like that, how would she react? And those people wanted to react, but the time was gone. I'm happy for one thing. The people at the IPU will not simply listen to one side and take a decision. This is the way that many Nigerians behave, because many Nigerians are not in control of their emotions. It's not an insult, it's reality. You conclude, you hear one side, you conclude that, oh, let me nail that guy to the cross. You have not even found out. For me, I want her to go to court so that the evidence, because I keep reading about concrete evidence. Oh, maybe as Akpabio was talking,
there's a recorder
it was recorded and all that. Let us have those things presented in court. Akpabio, for example, the CCTV of his house, on the day they visited, investigators should be able to show it to us. Let us see where she was holding his hand up.
Her husband was there, following them.
And Akpabio, if indeed the husband was within earshot, what kind of a man will be toasting a lady? Because what that amounted to toasting, in my view, not harassment. There's a difference between toasting a woman and harassing a woman. We have to get that clear, because it's looking, the Puritans that we see making analysis all over the place, some of them are worse. But today, some of them are equating toasting a woman to harassment. Well, people who habitually toast women, people toast married women, even married women to toast men in the workplace. These things happen. These things happen, except we want to pretend. Do you know the kind of message that we get from some people? If they see you on TV, they say, this person, you get message from women.
Exactly. Did they tell us?
Let us go. A day will come. A day will come. A day will come. A day will come when we will even present some of these things. Women who regule their ways record themselves and send to us by way of marketing themselves. A lot of it. Have we called that one harassment? So let's deal with the matter on ground. The matter on ground. There's a difference between toasting a woman, and whether the woman is married, or harassing a woman. Because today people are just treating even toasting as harassment. That's rubbish now. In the workplace, people, you toast a woman. Those who are habitually toasters of women, when they toast a woman and they run into a brick wall, they simply move to the other person. In every workplace, you have such men. We laugh at them. They don't care. And a lot of them are married. This one does not agree. He moves to the next person. He will be lucky with. He will be lucky with. Exactly. It's not possible that at every turn he will be unlucky. Somebody will be happy to flow with him. So this is let's know that there's a difference between toasting and what's it called? Yeah, toasting and harassment. They must establish that there's a difference. Okay. So if we toast a woman, it should not be now. They should not now say it is an harassment. For example, like Reno. Okay. What Reno did at that time amounted to, and although it was discovered that that was even a lie, if indeed Reno did that at that time, she was not married. Okay. So was it wrong? No, let's face it. Was it wrong? Well, if Reno he was not married, she was not married, although Reno was married. But it turned out to even be a lie. That one turned out to be a lie. Reno brought facts, incontrovertible facts, cast iron evidence to show that this was a lie from the pit of hell. So for Nigerians, the joke is on people will not wait to even hear from the other side before they jump to conclusions. That cannot be a good habit. And I'm proud of this woman, Axon, who said, let's hear from the other side. That is my takeaway. I don't, okay, she's gone there, fine. Okay. But those people express a desire to hear from the other side. That is fantastic human conduct. That is the way we should do. Absolutely. No one is saying Akpabio is incapable of doing it. I'll be foolish to sit here and conclude that Akpabio can't do it. Do we live in the same? How much of him do I know? True. But I cannot jump to conclusions straight away that he must have done it. No, I wasn't raised like that. I wasn't brought up like that.
Let's weigh both sides.
I was brought up to ask questions.
All right, Majid, what is the consequence of this matter now that it's been presented on the global stage?
My advice to Natasha, Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan is that she should tread softly. This harassment or toasting, I mean, with the new definition from
no, toasting is different from harassment.
Yes, I mean, whether it's toasting or harassment now, this thing happened December 2023. December 2023, and our senator is just raising it in March 2025. So between December 2023 and March, what was going on in her mind then? Did she report to the husband? Why didn't she raise the issue that time? And the husband was within here, was in the same house.
Within earshot.
Within earshot. When this thing happened in December 2023 in Akpabio's house. So, I mean, and she had done a similar thing in the past against Reno. And from Reno's defense, he said when he contacted his lawyer said, fire just 1/10 of the evidence you have. You will see that she will come back to deny it. And that's exactly what Reno did. Reno said he released just one part of what he had. So she came back to say, the forensic people, they should call immigration. So Reno now said he now loaded another part. When he loaded the other part, this husband,
the person is now eventually
married, paid him to settle out of court.
Yes, and she deleted all of those posts.
All those allegations. Wow. I won't believe this, Natasha.
Until you bring your evidence.
Until she brings that evidence that Akpabio harassed her in December 2023 in Akpabio's house, where Akpabio's wife was and where his own husband was also behind them. And said the husband asked what was the problem. Said no, nothing. And to even was when
bring your evidence.
When
Senator,
the leader of the House, Senator Michael Okwemi-Babdele, was trying to intervene so that to manage this case, she wanted to drag the leader of the House into it, and now the senators came on the floor and said this was what happened, and she has not controverted that. I mean,
up till now, the case has not been filed.
Yes, the onus is on Natasha to prove.
I want her to file that action. Remember when she wanted to table the petition? They thought that a case was in court already, and she said, no, I will not file any matter. The original case that we had she was going to file was in respect of an Akpabio aide.
The defamation.
Yes. Who posted something on Facebook.
On Facebook.
But the stories, the headlines of the story was that she had sued Akpabio for defamation. And I was wondering, what did Akpabio do? Because I know that in the Senate, whatever they say on the floor,
it's an hallowed chamber.
Whatever they say on the floor, you can't litigate against what they say on the floor.
But Bikio, they said that they want to hear from the other side. But looking at the IPU, is the Senate President at liberty to respond?
Of course, we can get his lawyer to respond if he does not want to do that personally.
Or the Senate as a whole.
The Senate, because she said now that the Senate decided to silence her. She didn't tell them at the IPU that the Senate punished her for her conduct on that day when she contravened the House rules. You are not supposed to talk except from a seat assigned to you. That didn't happen. And even when you were ruled out of order, you continue to talk. Honestly, the men who had been suspended in the past, I didn't see any of them go that far, yet they were suspended. So now, I'm even saying, look, the best thing, go to court.
Why
the delay to go to court? Why the delay? Because it is not the Senate that will give you justice.
It is the court.
It is not the Senate. Because at the end of the day, you will say that, oh, this Senate is led by Akpabio. It is people are the ones who conducted the trial and all that. You will not believe. Let the court of the land, let the courts, these same courts, after you won election, after Natasha won election, the people of Kogi Central voted for her. She dominated the election. She won far more local governments than her opponent. It was the Nigerian court that gave her a mandate. And she became the first woman to become senator from that state. Now, from Kogi State. Now, that same court, I want him to go back to that court. Whatever she's doing now, if she wants justice,
take it back to
go to court. Table those concrete evidence that people are talking about on social media. Table the concrete evidence before a properly constituted court of law. At the end of the day, our courts prevail. We had issues the other day. Oh, will Yabelo face his trial? How much longer will Yabelo be running away from court? Invariably, did Yabelo not go before a court? The judiciary, in the end, still restored normalcy between the EFCC and Yabelo. And Yabelo was brought before a court of law. No Nigerian is bigger than our courts. And since we found ourselves in this kind of situation, Senator Natasha should go to court. What is the delay about? I don't know how I will have concrete evidence on a matter, and rather than go to court, I will be junketing abroad. At the time when the matter is still hot, file that action. File the action. Bring the evidence. Let the courts determine whether indeed Akpabio was guilty of this. Whether for defamation, you know, which you felt, which was actually his aid. Some are saying, okay, vicarious liability and all that. So, if you walk under me now, and you saw a beautiful woman, you decided to rape that beautiful woman, because you walk under me, I'm now liable.
It's not possible.
You can see how some Nigerians can be in terms of how they reason. Just because they want to nail the man. I've said it here before, that Akpabio himself is difficult to like. But it doesn't mean that, even if he's the worst sexual predator in the world, it doesn't mean that everything that is said against him must be something that I did. Oh, no. And we are going to do a program here, maybe tomorrow or next. We will detail men who had been similarly accused.
Accused, yeah, in the past.
And it was discovered that they didn't do it.
Yeah.
Some of them went to jail. And it was discovered that they didn't do anything like that. Some were accused of rape. They never raped anybody. Look at Mendy, the footballer whose career has been ruined.
Yes.
There's several.
Neymar.
Yeah, several.
You know, it was even discovered that the husband of one of those girls connived with her.
Just
to set him up.
They didn't say to lie against.
Yeah.
To lie against
just to please him.
To lie. So these things happen. That's why some of us will just wait. We'll say, let this matter. Time will resolve some of these issues.
Yeah.
All of this head banging on the wall, time will resolve it now. Is it not Nigeria? Time will resolve it. We'll see. Let's just calm down. We'll see. What we shouldn't do is nail a man to the cross because we assume they must have been guilty.
We want to see this.
We are not saying he didn't do it. People should not get us right.
Exactly.
Professional draggers, don't get us right. We are saying let's have evidence. We want to work with evidence. We are our profession is a fact-based one.
True. True.
Facts are the tools of our trade as journalists. Let us see the thing. I'm waiting. The day I see those facts, you see the way I will treat the facts at my disposal.
But just like what BKO said, yes, you have this concrete evidence. Why are you now so scared of going to the court?
Why
are you
my point?
dragging?
My own point is, look at the timeline. When she was
2023,
when she was chairperson of the local content, the juicy local content committee.
There was no
rape. No harassment. For more than 1 year between 2023. But when she was, it is not the changing of the seat, really.
No.
It is not the changing of the seat. So Nigerians should get that right. It was because she was removed.
It's a bottle up anger.
It's a bottle up anger. She was removed as.
Is she the only person?
Is it the only person that was removed? Oshiomhole stood up in the chamber there and said, "My seat has been changed several times." That's Senator Adams Oshiomhole, former chairman of the party.
Tambuwal, former governor. They changed his seat.
They have changed his seat. They have changed them.
He didn't split hairs.
The president of the Federal Republic,
a former governor,
yes,
they changed his seat.
Yes, now. The same, Ojo Okalu was former minority, former chief whip. Sorry, yes. Former chief whip.
Chief whip.
Now, it's not a ranking, he's a ranking member, but not a principal officer.
Yes.
But it's even the one pleading that the aides, they should restore the aides. So, they are all equal in that place. Your seats can be moved. I said that particular day, the seats of 4 senators were moved.
And she was the only one who was.
And now, why do they move these
How
seats?
can movement of seats constitute harassment?
Because, no, I think we need to educate Nigerians. They move these seats because there are the opposition and also the ruling this thing. So, when a member defects, it will change the sitting arrangement. So, they need to adjust. Then it is the ranking senators and the principal officers that sit in front. You came, she's the last senator to come into the, because she came in through the court, so she came 6 months late. And despite that fact, you still got a juicy appointment.
Now, this matter has now turned Nigeria to, it's now so embarrassing.
No, I think
how do we clean this
up?
up?
It's like washing our dirty linen.
And unfortunately, people like Kafila Ogbara wanted to respond. But they didn't have the time.
And even it was Kafila that was even billed to speak. That was why she was apologizing to her.
Yeah.
I mean, she took
and this is something that she will not take from anyone.
I mean,
if you can make all that trouble because they change your seats, what will you do?
When
if somebody, your time to talk, if somebody took it away from you.
And part of the things they told her at the Senate is that she should not represent Nigeria as a senator anywhere. And she's there.
She's gone there now.
She has gone there.
So that means going there
is even flouting.
Is flouting
the rules of the Senate.
No,
so
she said
it's wrong.
Of course. You know, abhorrent, abominable behavior is not tolerated in the legislature anywhere. Look at that one who was shouting at Trump. They took him out of the...
Oh, okay. Yes, the Ukrainian president.
Yes.
They even talked about his outfits and everything.
Yes. So you can't dress like this to the Oval Office.
Anyway,
no, I said the lawmaker from the U.S. who was attacking Trump. They took him out of the chambers.
Oh, okay, okay.
They took him out of the chambers. So it's not permitted anywhere for you to... there's some level of conduct that is expected.
Absolutely.
You can't turn yourself to a lawless person.
Exactly.
And that is why they have the rules book.
The rule book to
and you must read it.
You must read it.
If you don't read
All right then. All right then. Thank you so much, gentlemen. It's a fine place for us to live. Emoji Jami, appreciate you as always. Thank you so much for your analysis.
Thank you.
BKO, appreciate you as always. And that's it on Journalist Hangout today. Join us tomorrow for another episode of the program. You can watch the repeat broadcast of this episode tonight at 11. Join us on Sunday from 1:30 to 3:30 p.m. for Journalist Hangout on Sunday. We are on YouTube at youtube.com/TVC News Nigeria. I am Benga Oreshegun. Bye for now.